Park, located in Allentown, Pennsylvania, has a total of 7 roller coasters. Today, I will be ranking all of them. Before I begin, I will not be ranking Demon Drop on this ranking, as I do not consider it a coaster. Stock Express, it's your average kiddie coaster. It's janky. Yeah. Not really much to say. You can find these pretty much anywhere. So on to the next coaster. Number 7 is a Wild Mouse. It's your average Wild Mouse. The trims were off this when I read it, which made for a more enjoyable ride. Except towards the end, it got janky and rough. But other than that, it's actually a really good Wild Mouse. Number 5 is Thunderhawk. Now this might get people mad, but I think this coaster is better than Comet at Hershey Park. It's more intense, you get ejector airtime. I also got my little brother to conquer his fear of roller coasters on this. Good family coaster too. Yes, I know, it gets rough here and there, but it's towards the end and nobody really cares. You can also get mini photos because there's a lot of pathways by this ride. This coaster does need a retrack though, because towards the end it gets a little rough. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Thunderhawk. Number 4 is Steel Force. Let me just say, this coaster is not the best. Yes, the first few hills were fun, I guess. But every single hill you would get airtime and then you would slam so hard into your seat. And it was just not the most enjoyable experience. Actually thinking of putting Thunderhawk over Steel Force. Cedar Fair actually cared about this park. I could see in the next few years getting a B&M Hyper. And I'm not talking about like a year or two, I'm talking in at least a decade. Because Cedar Fair hates this park. So that's all I have to say about Steel Force. Number 3 is Hydra. This is when we get into the good stuff. The roll out of the station brings some decent hang time. The first drop and the first few elements have some headbanging, but you stop getting headbanging as the ride goes on. Layout consists of compact elements and 6 inversions. In my opinion, this coaster doesn't do much and is a tiny bit overrated. Still does enough to make it a top 3 coaster at the park. Number 2 is Possessed. I thought this coaster was a very fun and enjoyable ride. I wish the holding brake still worked. It's not as forceful as people think it is. Simple layout, there's nothing much to say about it. The number 1 spot is Talon. This coaster was really fun. It was really intense too. I would not recommend the back row on this ride as it doesn't really do anything. It has many head chopper effects. Packed layout with many inversions. So, what are your thoughts on this park? I would rate their coaster collection a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching today's video.